see poverty here every day. And it is so sad, subhanallah. So sad to the point where Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah, I seek refuge in you. I do not want to be in that stage. Ali ibn Abi Talib used to say, had poverty been a man, I would have killed him. Had it been a man, I would have killed it. Because of the catastrophes that poverty brings. Do you mean to tell me that a poor person that is just struggling to make a living, struggling just for that day to pass by and just put some food in his stomach, this person is analyzing, I'm thinking of the dictators, I'm thinking of the politics, I'm thinking of this and that. He's too busy, too miserable to be in that, to think that way. So the Prophet ﷺ says, Allah, I do not want to be in that stage. And it is so sad that nowadays Muslims are the richest and they are the poorest. Some people die of obesity because they eat too much, and others are dying of hunger because they have nothing to eat. And here you have the commands of Allah. Anfiqu, give, spend. Make sure you alleviate the problems and the hardship of other people, because these are shackles. The guy or the girl is very smart. We wish that she could have gone to school. But guess what, at this point? What happens is that they cannot afford school. Well, one time I remember I went to refugee camps in eastern Sudan, in the Eritrean refugee camps. And there were people sitting in the room, and two of them were medical school students. Now, being a doctor is a big deal. Maybe not here, but it was a very big deal to be going to medical school back there. So I said, today is a school day, how come you're not going there? And one of them, he put his head down and he said, I am too hungry. I cannot understand anything if I go there. He could not go to school because he said, I am just too hungry. I cannot go there. And the other one was topless. He said, I don't have a shirt to go to school. I mean, can you imagine the brains, the potentials that are being lost in our cities? Smart, brilliant young boys and girls that can make a huge, big difference, but their circumstances are not helping them. So the Prophet ﷺ say, oh Allah, I don't want to be in that position. And may Allah never put any of us in that position. And then also the Prophet ﷺ would, and by the way, do not misunderstand me, Islam does not necessarily rebuke poverty for being poverty. But Islam is definitely against poverty if it is due to the injustice of the way wealth is distributed or the way greed is going on. If that is why there is poverty, then yes, Islam hates it and Islam is against it. And if that poverty is again the result of the laziness of that individual, then again Islam hates that kind of poverty. Poverty is never celebrated in Islam. You are not a good person because you are a poor person. Some people misunderstand zuhud being, a person that is, just very humble, does not have any money. They think that is the meaning of zuhud. True zuhud in Islam is where you have the dunya in your hands, but not in your heart. That is how it is. I have it in my hands, mashallah. The Prophet ﷺ used to say, نِعْمَ الْمَالُ الصَّالِحِ لِلْعَبْدِ الصَّالِحِ. He said the best of wealth is that belongs to the righteous of men. Now you'd see, if he's a righteous man, he should not be wealthy. That's how we were taught. If you're an imam, a sheikh, or a pious person, you're supposed to be miskin. Can't be rich. Cannot accept any of that. But these were not the teachings of Islam.